Hi, my name is Ray Catola, and you may know me from the such projects as... You may also know me as the host of the internet's favorite harness handicapping show, North American Harness Update, which I host with these two guys, Mike Prebosi and Rod Adams Jr. Every Friday from 9 p.m. Eastern, you can catch us talking harness, handicapping harness, and most importantly, having fun with harness. Can we please get this stuff out of my face? Thank you! North American Harness Update, Fridays from 9 on SRN1. Also download Often Pacing, and using promo code NAHU200K, start your stable with an additional 200,000 coins. You can also catch show archives and racing analysis over at our website, NAHUPicks.com! NAHU
crew back again with the second installment of this little thing we call our CalExtra. CalExtra, exactly what does that mean? Well, it covers the late pick 4 for Saturday evenings over at California Exposition. I was trying to figure out how to pronounce it, and it all just came back to me. But joining me here, of course, Mike Prebosi, Rod Adams Jr. of North American Harness Update, alongside Ray Catola, who is currently talking into the microphone and looking into the camera. So this late pick 4 sequence at Cal Expo starts with race number 8. It's a 16% takeout, 20-cent minimum, $50,000 guaranteed pool. And this is all for Saturday, March 31st of 2018, the year of the chicken. I forget which year it is. However, that's irrelevant. What is relevant is the 8th race at Cal Expo. I keep wanting to call it the California Expo. Now winners of 26,000 lifetime, kicking off this pick 4 sequence. A field of 8 going postward here. Mike, for you to start off, I'm pretty sure you're a bit narrow in this field.
3 deep to start. The 3, he grins again. Has raced well the last 4 races. Has 4 in the money finishes. And, 1 free back, 2/3 in a row with marginal trips. Just really not quite reaching. Raced well last year, though. 4 wins. The horse is still in form. Gets a decent post here. Should be okay. The 4 Buzz Light. This horse raced well last time. Came home 27-2. I like that. The comment left shuffled. Got out late. Flew home. Prior to that, moving broke. So was making a decent move in that race. And then was second 3 back. This horse is 8-1 morning line. I'm definitely using that one. And then the 5, Crash and Burn. Wide early last time as the favorite. 2 back was a winner as the favorite. This horse always takes money. Has 7 lifetime wins and 34 starts. Gets Plano off, so you'll probably get a little bit better of a price here. I like the middle gate post. I think the horse has a good chance with any trip. 3, 4, 5.
Rod, 3, 4, 5?
No, I'm going inside of that. Actually, all the way inside of that. I'm going 1, 2, 3. The 1, Outlaw, good and ready. Front end horse last time. Got a little bit speed tired on the end. I think maybe this horse could get a 2-hole trip tonight. Being that the horse has the rail, somebody from the outside is going to go. So I think that's a likely scenario tonight. The 2, Real Rock and Roll. Plano stays on this one. It was his choice over the 5. Coming off a nice win last time. Was parked early. Looked like the horse was beat and then fought back to win. And those were pretty quick fractions in that race as well, so he did it the hard way. And then the 3, I really don't have too much to add there. This horse looks pretty obvious and is right there every week. 1, 2, 3.
I'm more leaning towards Mike here, except I don't use the 3. He grins again. Has just been chasing too much in his last few starts. Albeit 3 starts back, he wired the field. I just don't envision that kind of effort happening here. Instead, I am 4, 5 in this opening leg. Not much else to add. Buzz Light has put in some decent miles and is at least consistent at this level, as is the 5, Crash and Burn. Last out, though, just seemed to throw in a clunker, which, if you totally excuse, makes this horse a viable contender in this opening leg. So I'm 4, 5 to kick off the pick 4 at Cal Expo. Race 9 is the second leg, the second installment of this sequence. It's a filly and mare open pace. Purse is $6,600. 9 horses lining up here. Mike, I thought this was a wide open affair. Do you?
I do, but I like the outside, too, and then a long shot. And the outside, too, are pretty obvious. We're assigned out there, but the 8, Delightfully Wild, has won 3 out of the last 4. From outside posts. Never really gets hammered in the betting, is typically between 2.5 and 5-1, but always seems to race well. and I think we'll probably be blasting again from this post. Hard to leave off. The 9, directing traffic. Last 2 races at this level were good. Circled field 2 back. Last time was wide the entire trip. Really had no chance there. Keeps Plano here, and a huge chance I think again. And then I'm going to try the 1 who raced very well last time, and this horse is coming up the ladder. Top 2 finished the last 4 races. Flew home in 27-3 to just miss in the Philly and Mare Open 3. Draws perfect. And, if these outside horses who are a bit outposted kind of knock each other out, this horse will definitely be finishing late, 1, 8, and 9.
Rod, will he definitely be finishing late?
Maybe. I don't know. But I'm using the 8 and the 9. Those 2 are obvious. The post is really the concern. But I'll also use the 5. She's a mystery to me. Coming off a win, 1 notch below this, but this horse is competitive at this level, and it, is always right there. A trip horse, if she gets a good trip, then she's got a big chance to win this race. Not a great price, but I'm still going to use. And then I'm also throwing on the 6, Bruiser. I said it slow on purpose. This horse broke last time. Start before that was no good, but then won 2 straight off the layoff and beat this group 3 back. So I think this horse at a price is worth a play and could make this ticket very interesting. 5, 6, 8, 9.
Oh, now I get it. When you say Bruiser slowly, it sounds like Beetlejuice. I'm on to you now. I take most of what you guys say into consideration because I'm actually the deepest out of all of us in this race. I used the 1, I used the 5, I used the 8, I used the 9. The 1 horse I have different here is the 7, Shark Festival, who moves in off a decent race against Open 3 company for Kathleen Plested. And again, that was just a decent mile. Before that, was here at the Open, didn't really do too well, was kind of flat, just gained some positioning, but otherwise seems like she's just kind of stuck in a limbo up at this higher level. And to me, if she gets the right trip, she could possibly get dragged into the mix, or even if she just gets a rail trip like that last race showed, she can get involved. And getting involved could necessarily put her on top. Who knows? It's theorizing. 1, 5, 7, 8, 9 for me in the second leg. Third leg comes after the second, according to the numbers I've learned in the Arabic system. It's the claiming handicap $3,000, $4,000 Philly and Mare Pace. Purse at $3,000 on the line. 8 horses lining up. And Mike, of those 8, who do you go for?
Using 2 of them, starting with the 2, Little Emma. Raced well from the 8-hole last time. Wide, ended up heating for second. Prior to that, the horse had another late rush to be 3rd. Draws better here. Could get a little bit of a setup. There's some false speed in the race. I like where he's drawn. I'm hoping that she can get out early and set up that rally. And then the 5, Lover's Holiday, won at this level last time. Has been in the mix. That race 2 back was very good. 27-3 kicker there off a shuffle. I just feel like the horse is sharp enough to beat some of these ones that are struggling. 2 and 5.
Rod, where do you go then in this field?
I'm also going to use the 2, Little Emma. Horse is in good form. Draws inside. Should be in a decent spot. So, not really much else to add there. Then I'm going to go outside to the outside 2 horses here. The 7, Along Came Jane. This horse coming off an okay race. Had to go wide early. Horse is stopping in front of her. This one can close if the pace is hot. I see that one coming late. And then the 8, always a little more. This one is going to be leaving, heading toward the front. Even from the outside post, this horse has enough gate speed to make the lead and just needs some soft fractions. And if that happens, this horse is going to be right there. And even if this horse gets run out a little bit, like last week, this horse sat the 2-0, pulled into very fast fractions, and still won the race. So I think this horse is a must-use there. 2, 7, 8.
I was just listening to the dull sounds of the Florida Derby. Don't worry, Rod. I was still listening to what you're saying, and I agree with all those numbers. However, here are mine. I'm too deep in this race. Little Emma seems to be a consensus among all of us. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Especially just because drawing inside, there's not much more to add. She draws inside, could be forwardly placed. Raced well last time from coming pretty far off the pace, albeit she also might not have as fast of a pace up front, so she might not be as far back, because that's most of the reason why a lot of horses lagged back in that race, or at least that's what I'm going with. And the other horse I throw on is the 8, Always a Little More, who she won here last out, going first over off a pocket trip, brushing to the top around the final turn. Before that was second from an outside post, showed some speed. In all honesty, that speed is what appeals to me. From starting from post 8 here, she's going to have to somehow get up front, and seeing that she's done that in the past makes me confident that she can do it again. 2-8 for me in the third leg. Final leg, because it is a pick 4, it ends with the fourth leg, the fourth coming after the third, after the second, and after the first. It's the 11th race. If there weren't enough numbers for you, non-winners of 2,500 their last 5 starts. It's a pace for 3,200. We have 1, 2, 7 horses lining up here, and Mike finishes off here. Who do you got?
Using all 7, really have no giant opinion in the race. I think as many as 5 can win, but I'm not going to use 5 out of 7. There's things to like, things not to like about all of them. I prefer the inside 4, but I'm going to take them all and hope for a little chaos. So all to finish.
Rod, do you think you need to go all here?
It's not a bad idea. This is a wide open race, but I'm using 4 horses here. The 2, Jump the Shark. This one looks obvious. Just got beat last time after battling a little bit. Start before that made a break, but this one's definitely capable and has the speed to be able to beat these, and class drop should help. Go down to the 4, High Hose Little Rev. This one raced really well last time. Closed up the inside. Looks like this horse fits this level. When this horse dropped out of the level and went back down to cheaper races, went off as a 1-2 favorite. So even with that last race and 3 back, this horse fits, and looks like this horse is in really good form right now. The 5, Lumberjack Willie. I'm using this one. Bore out in a stretch last time, but this one I think needs a little bit of a trip. This is a decent spot. The price is short, so I'm not real keen on that. And then the 7, Jasmanian Devil, the last one I'm going to throw on. This one got a nice trip last week, finished 4th, just raced okay, but this race might set up for this horse just because there's some speed inside, and I don't know that this horse is going to leave in this race, this particular race, like he did last week. And when this horse is on his game, he's capable of beating these and beating better. So 2, 4, 5, 7.
If you look deep into Rod's aviators, you can see that his pupils are in fact rectangular cubes of light. As for me, I am 3 deep in this last race and also legally blind. So I take the inside 3 here, and trust me, even though I can't read too well, I at least know what I am reading. Just a bit crazy here to start off. This is an hours of 2,000 also, so my reading skills are definitely on par. I like the fact that this one's been racing well at this level against hours of 1,500 too, doing better mostly against those, moves back up to the 2,000 ranks, draws inside, could potentially get a good trip as a result, and when this horse is usually up close, he performs well, even regardless whether he's in the 1,500 or the 2,000 ranks. He seems like he's a fit. Jump the Shark we talked about, he's a pretty obvious one, dropping down from the hours at 3,000, showed some great speed last time, and of course the class advantage should help. And the 3, Minta Cruz is the 3rd horse I use. I like the fact that first time out off of an injury scratch, this horse is bet down to be the favorite, ends up finishing 2nd against 5,000 claiming handicaps. Now ups the claiming tag to 7,500, was also claimed 2 times in a row when last entered for claiming tags for 5,000 and 6,000 back on March 10th and February 23rd respectively. So it seems like this is a live horse coming into this race that could only improve second start off of the scratch, especially if it's an injury scratch. So I'm expecting a bit more from him, and I really don't care that Luke Plano is not on board. So I'm 1, 2, 3 in the last leg, which makes my Pick 4 ticket go as follows. I am 4, 5 with 1, 5, 7, 8, 9 with 2, 8, with 1, 2, 3. That's $12 for 20 cents. Mikey Mike, your ticket.
3, 4, 5, 189 with 2, 5. With all, it's 25, 20.
And Rodney, your numbers.
1, 2, 3 with 5, 6, 8, 9 with 2, 7, 8 with 2, 4, 5, 7. That's $14.40 for 20 cents.
That concludes the second edition of the CalExtra, covering the late pick four from CalExpo for Saturday, March 31st, races 8 through 11. Again, it's a 16% takeout wager with a $50,000 guaranteed pool and a 20-cent minimum. You can find these tickets on our website, NAHUpicks.com, along with racing analysis from tracks including the Meadowlands, Western Fair, and Woodbine for each and every race day from our two lovely analysts here, Mike Bribosi, Rod Allums Jr. But for now, I have been Ray Catolo, and I must return to the zeitgeist where I can once again see where the future resides.